I just really, at this point, don't understand why we celebrate sobriety. I I haven't smoked weed in 3 weeks. This is the first time since I was like fucking 15 years old that I really put the effort in to quit. And I'm just sitting here knowing my life just sucks now. Like, the one thing I had to like ease my mind of all the bullshit that goes through it, I took it away for some fucking reason. And I just sit here now and I'm fucking miserable and I gotta feel everything and I gotta detox from the fucking drug. I have the worst sleep. I can't eat half the time. I've lost all creativity. It's like, why? Seriously, why? I should just go down in a blaze of glory. There's no fucking reason. There's no one in this world that needs me sober, and I'm just like, oh, I'll do it for myself. There's something better than this. I don't think there is.
I do not know who you are, kind sir, but trust me when I say I understand. First of all, shout out to you for being this bluntly vulnerable in a time and age where social media content creation is anything but real, where a whole lot of people doing all kinds of performative bullshit, wearing all kinds of makeup, anything for clicks and views. But you, a grown-ass man, had the audacity to be this blunt, this vulnerable. Shout out to you. I've said this before. One of the hardest things about my life is the fact that I have to go through this thing sober. I am 100% sober, and when I tell you this shit sucks, and I am not sober by choice. I'm sober because my body shuts down. My body does things that creates more pain. And the only way to mitigate this pain is to stay sober. This means that I go through life feeling every single thing with zero escape plan. And oftentimes I envy people who are able to pop a bottle or do whatever it is that they do to escape. And I just have to sit there. Now, that being said, I believe, though, that we are meant to go through life sober. Yes, as contradictory as that sounds, considering what I said before, I believe we're meant to go through life sober. This is because I believe that our divine consciousness is taking a break from the monotony of its existence to experience what it feels like to exist as a human being. Being human sucks. You get to experience the polarity of good and bad, pain and pleasure, and we're supposed to lean into it 100%. Experiencing life as a human being anything but sober is simply a bitch-ass move. The issue, though, is that this realm is filled with so many distractions and humans are weak. Ideally, the best way to mitigate this weakness is to bind with other human beings and form communities and love. However, the human mind is consumed by so much ego, aka fear. As a result, a lot of us have to go through life alone because we don't have a true sense of community. This is why for those of us who are going through life sober, it feels like literal hell. But the good news is this: your consciousness knew this before it incarnated as a human being, and it was prepared to handle it all. This is why I believe the Bible said, God's divine power has given us everything we need. This is also why I believe the Bible said, give thanks to God no matter what you're going through, because this is all a gift to us. This is exactly what our consciousness wanted to experience. Now, as a certified loner, having this knowledge and belief that I just shared, the way I live my life is 1, observing, including observing humans and everything within this realm that my consciousness allows me to observe. And then 2, creating as a result of what I've observed, in hopes that others on a similar path of becoming can take power from my creativity, just like I've also taken from others. I'm able to do this because of certain privileges that I have that you may not necessarily have, but this is something you have to sit with yourself and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Drawing power from certain privileges that you may have that others, including myself, may not necessarily have. And you make the most out of it, all things considered. You do your best, and when you fall short, which you definitely will because you are human, you believe through faith that grace catches you. This grace is not human. You do not seek grace from humans, not from other humans, not from yourself. Humans are not still enough or powerful enough to give you the amount of grace that you need to navigate through this realm. Humans are products of polarity. This is why they love you today, but shame you tomorrow. Your grace must come from that which is not born of polarity, Christ, the one whose grace does not run out. And you believe this through faith, even in your darkest moments. That being said, yes, going through life sober absolutely sucks, but this is exactly what our souls asked for and we're getting it, so we must be grateful. And most importantly, it is what it is, Chad.